Question number 161. If total amount of adenine in a double-stranded DNA is 30%, then what will be percentage of purine and cytosine respectively? And the options are 50% and 20%. Second option is 30% and 70%. Third option is 50% and 50%. Fourth option is 60% and 40%. Now we will solve this question according to Chargaff's rule. Amount of adenine is equals to amount of thymine and amount of guanine is equals to amount of cytosine. So if adenine given is 30%, and since adenine always combines with thymine, so percentage of thymine is equal to 30%, and as we know that A plus T plus G plus C is equal to 100% in a double-stranded DNA, therefore G plus C would be equal to 100 minus 30 plus 30%. 100 minus 60 equals to 40%. So percent of cytosine equals to 40% minus 20%, as cytosine and guanine are present in equal proportion, 1:1. So percent of cytosine would be 20%, and so percent of purine is equal to amount of guanine plus amount of adenine equals to 20% plus 30% equals to 50%. So percentage of purine is 50% and percentage of cytosine is 20%. So the correct answer to this question is option number 1, 50% and 20% respectively. So the correct answer to this question is option number 1. Let's discuss rest of the options. The next option is 30% and 70%, and this cannot be a correct answer. 50% and 50% is an incorrect option. 60% and 40% is incorrect option, because 60% is the total percent of G plus C and 40% is the total percentage of amount of adenine and thymine. So the correct answer is option number 1. Let's discuss our next question. Question number 162. Defining feature of arthropods is presence of, and the options are jointed appendages, statocyst, calcareous exoskeleton, and unisexuality. And the correct answer to this question is option number 1, jointed appendages. Because arthropods have jointed appendages or outgrowths such as legs, antennae, and mouthpart. And these arthropods are unisexual or dioecious. But this unisexuality is not a defining feature of arthropods, so this cannot be a correct answer. Statocysts are the balancing organs present in arthropods or insects. But as these balancing organ called statocysts are present in other group of animals also, so this cannot be a correct answer to our question because it is not a defining feature of arthropods. And presence of calcareous exoskeleton is a characteristic feature of mollusks and not arthropods. Arthropods exhibit chitinous exoskeleton. So this cannot be a correct answer. So the correct answer to this question is option number 1. Let's discuss our next question. Question number 163. Is a coelomate having open type of circulatory system? Select the option which fills the blank correctly, and the options are tongueworm, sandworm, hookworm, and earthworm. And the key point in this question is coelomate and open type of circulatory system. Now, the very first option is tongueworm, and this is a correct answer to our question because tongueworm belongs to the phylum Hemichordata, which are true coelomates and have open type of circulatory system. Let's discuss rest of the options. The next option is sandworm, and this cannot be a correct answer. Sandworm is a common name for Nereis. Nereis is an annelid, and annelids are true coelomates, but they have closed type of circulatory system. The next option is hookworm, and this cannot be a correct answer because hookworm is pseudocoelomate. The last option is earthworm, and this cannot be a correct answer. Earthworm is a common name for ferret mouse, which is an annelid again. It's a true coelomate with closed type of circulatory system. In both of them, they have closed type of circulatory system. So, the correct answer to this question is option number 1. Let's discuss our next question. Question number 164. Petromyzin is not a true fish because of. And the options are presence of claspers and scales, presence of gills and true jaws, absence of paired fins and true jaws, absence of operculum and teeth. And the correct answer to this question is option number 3. Petromyzin is not a true fish because of the absence of paired fins and true jaws. Because presence of true jaws and paired fins are the characters of true fishes. Whereas Petromyzin, as you can see here, which is a jawless vertebrate, they lack paired fins and true jaws. Let's discuss rest of the options. The very first option given is presence of claspers and scales, and this cannot be a correct answer because claspers and scales are not the defining feature of true fish, and Petromyzin lack claspers and scales. The next option is presence of gills and true jaws, and this cannot be a correct answer because Petromyzin lack true jaws. It's a jawless vertebrate. The last option is absence of operculum and teeth, and this cannot be a correct answer because presence of operculum and teeth is not a defining feature of true fish. The defining feature of being a true fish is presence of paired fins and true jaws. So the correct answer to this question is option number 3. Let's discuss our next question. Question number 165. Hypersecretion of thyroxine can cause, and the options are cretinism, exophthalmic goiter, Gall's disease, simple goiter. And the correct answer to this question is option number 2, exophthalmic goiter, because hypersecretion of thyroxine or hyperthyroidism result into exophthalmic goiter, also known as Graves' disease. And as exophthalmic goiter or Graves' disease is caused in case of hyperthyroidism, so this is a correct answer to our question. Let's discuss rest of the options. The very first option given is cretinism, and this cannot be a correct answer because cretinism is a special type of malgrowth of body caused due to hyposecretion of thyroxine during gestation period. The next option is Gall's disease, and this cannot be a correct answer to our question because Gall's disease occurs due to hypothyroidism in adults. And the last option is simple goiter, and this cannot be a correct answer to our question because simple goiter occurs due to the deficiency of iodine in diet and results in low secretion of thyroid hormone. So the correct answer to this question is option number 2. Let's discuss our next question.